Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix. And welcome to the sandbox mode. I've got a few things to tell you all, a few things to discuss, and a few things to point out. First of all, I have been informed by one of the lovely commenters who's actually part of the community who makes the bots for the AI team. So first of all, I want to thank him for giving me this information, and I then googled it and found out it was true. That the current update coming, the one to fix all the issues and change the campaign mode in a big way, is going to hit in the coming weeks, meaning that my campaign is going to be wiped, sadly, because it's not compatible. Now, I do have the opportunity to actually get the development build already and start playing it, but it will be covered in bugs, so I've chosen not to do that. Instead, for the next few weeks, we're going to focus on the story mode to unlock some items I'm still yet to unlock, and start building a fleet, so once the campaign hits, we can start building them straight away and putting them straight in. Currently, we are on board the Salmonella, one of our first builds, which is fraught with bad ideas, bad concepts, and overall not exactly the best build, but it does have something about it which I want to continue, and I'm about to show you exactly what that is by spawning in one of the nuisances of the world, the coffin nail. So essentially, this ship turned into a missile carrier very early on, and honestly I love it to bits. It's the Salmonella. Its missiles aren't very good, but that's the idea I want to preserve. So, one of the first things we're going to build is going to be a mid-range, so in terms of actual cost, missile carrier. Now, most likely, it's going to end up a fair bit smaller than... oh dear. A fair bit smaller than the Salmonella, but retaining the same idea, the same concept of being able to pump out a constant barrage of missiles without having to stop. So most likely we're going to go with quite cheap missiles, but better missiles than we're currently using. On the upside, that's cool. So that's the concept we're going to go with today. I just wanted to kind of highlight this through the use of missiles, because missiles are cool. But definitely need to be smaller. So some of the ideas I'm thinking... so this is actually one of the older variations of the Salmonella. It currently doesn't have the air pumps, and that's why it's so low on the front, and it has these weird wood panels to hold it up, and it's really weird. All of this just came from a lack of knowledge about the game, and of course, like I've said before, I don't really follow guides because I don't like that form of learning. I prefer learning through trial and error and through a community setting, aka YouTube. So, I'll be right back. We're going to restart the designer, the sandbox mode, just so we don't have all of this here, so that'll just cause issues. So yeah, I don't know exactly what sort of missiles we're going to use. I think we are going to have to use the laser guided missile. Did I say it myself? The laser guided missiles, but with a lot more fail-safes, and perhaps still having a main turret. I'm not sure. What I'm fairly certain is this ship will not have a cannon, but it's going to be heavily shielded. There's a lot of stuff I want to get through, so let's see if we can actually cut this down to a 40-minute video, shall we? Be right back when it's all restarted. Okay, so here we are. So, since we're actually going to be trying today, which is going to make it all the failures that much worse. Wow, we spin perfectly on this. Haha! Since we're going to be failing, let's be a spinning top. But yeah, since we're going to be trying today, I think every little thing I do should be planned out more so than usual, because usually I just kind of go get blocks, put them down, and hope something kind of becomes something. So today we're going to be trying to not do that and actually, you know, plan out things. So first of all, new object, straight into vehicle, and there we go. Press control, so yes, flying through the air, and mirror mode. How much metal we're going to use? So I would like to stay underneath about 200,000 metal for the entire thing, so that's going to be a little bit of an issue. Well, yeah, it's going to be a bit of an issue because I want it to be bigger than the Pseudomonas. The Pseudomonas being around about 50,000 metal. So, first of all, you'll notice, look, I'm actually using beams. I do listen to you all, by the way, so I do understand that beams are definitely the way to go. So, most likely then, if you want to stay under that amount of metal, I'm going to go long, but not wide. So, we're going to be quite a lengthy ship and probably take that as a thing. And then have two... So, what I'm thinking is, inside the hull section, what we could do is have two separate missile systems going along the length of the vehicle, or at least most of the vehicle, and at the back having, or even in the centre, perhaps having a kind of strong room, which will contain the AI and all the necessary elements, and then ammo and such could be underwater, could be at the bottom. I'm not too sure. What I know is, I've seen a lot of ship designs recently, and what I'm thinking is we are going to have one of those really cool looking kind of balance weights at the bottom to hold this thing in place. So that's probably what we're going to stick with. Now, I would normally skip this section, but honestly I'm trying to think long and hard about how I want this thing to look. Everything needs to be done right at the moment, because this is one of the main things we can do currently before the new campaign hits, and I would love to have some vehicles I'm actually happy with, because at the moment I wouldn't say I really do have any vehicles I'm happy with, if you know what I mean. I'm happy enough with them, but I'm not. So this, ooh, that's weird. That didn't go according to plan. Why not? Oh, of course we're using beams, aren't we? We'll have to fill that in then just with blocks, because that won't be symmetrical otherwise, and that would annoy the crap out of me. Go back to beams, and then do this. So what I'm thinking is, what am I thinking? Okay, after a long, hard think, I've decided that yes, the front's going to have the traditional kind of, you know, the aerodynamic kind of spike look to it, and I'm just going to fill this in now with the metal, which is going to take a while, but while that's doing, well, it takes forever to fill in with beams. Anyway, while that's doing that then, we'll have to consider the back. Is the back also going to have a spike, or is it going to kind of be a bit more flat than the front? I think, ooh, that bugged out that was weird. I locked this into place, it glitched out, then everything glitched out. That was curious. Start again. There we go. Good boy. Or not. What happened? Well, that's curious. Okay, let's let's manually do that while I discuss what the hell I was just thinking. So the back then, most likely, is where I'm going to end up shoving. Because I was thinking to myself, do I want it in the middle or on the back, having the AI? And I think it would look better and be a lot easier if it was closer to the back. Not exactly on the back, but around about here, having kind of a structure which will house the AI and such. I think the missile systems will go underneath this plane we've just made, we just kind of made this though, just to make everything easier on ourselves. It seems like filling in with beams is fraught with glitches at the moment. Well, not glitches, just it doesn't seem to like doing it, so I'll have to manually do that in the future and just fill the rest with metal blocks because I'm lazy, and that'll finish that. Okay, so I am going to have this like come out a bit, but just nowhere near as much as the front, so the back isn't quite as spiked. So perhaps you'll have two instead of the full set, and then do that. Yeah, that seems reasonable to me, which is always a good thing, or so I've been told. So now we have to consider what the hell to put on top. So AI will be housed in a beautiful building suitable for between 1 and 2 people having their honeymoon. I don't know, stuff and things. There we go. And can I actually fit a beam in there? That'd be lovely, but I can't. And this is why sometimes I just haven't got the time to mess around with beams, just because they do take a bit more sorting out than regular blocks, and you all know I've got university and such to do. I don't actually do YouTube full-time at the moment, and I only have about maybe 30 hours a week, no less, about 20 hours a week to actually record YouTube, about 30 if you add editing time. So there we go, there's the basic structure we're going to go with, there's a basic plan. So I'm just going to mess around with some ideas in terms of structure at the back, and I'll probably be right back with that, the joy of editing. Okay, so right now this is nowhere near finished because this top section here will eventually become a kind of mast. I've got an idea of the shape, but it all depends on what I do in the future, and it's going to involve part of the missile system being connected to it, but not the only section, because you can thankfully equip multiple laser pointy things to a single system. Most likely going to have a missile back here, a missile segment back here, which will contain larger missiles than the constant volley in front of the command deck, which will have their own missiles on the side, yada yada, you get the idea. So, one thing I want to do, because I saw it in a few of the custom builds, a few of the, not custom builds, a few of the AI builds, is that I would love if we could kind of get to the bottom of the deck from where we are currently. So, up here, in this segment here, I'm just going to put down, I won't use metal blocks because I'll end up getting back into the habit of using them rather than the silly old beams. I would like very much to see if I could have this segment safe from me destroying it, and have this segment, like I was just about to say, have the the seat on and the vehicle controller. Nothing really of true importance, but kind of where it looks like the control deck is, so we're essentially situated either on this side or this side. I'm probably going to add two chairs and two controllers, because I'd like the idea of this thing being double manned, one for weaponry, one for something else. So, I'm going to save this section, and a set of metal block there. There we go. But then, I would like it if we could get down this way. So, imagine like a staircase going down here to actually get to... I'm just going to use the blocks, I find those easier to actually remove other blocks with, particularly when I'm removing beams. There we go, because I can just fill in little gaps like that, and just... it's so much easier then. So, from here, we go down. So, obviously, this all needs to be renovated once again. It's all to do with the end. So, for now then... So... okay, further thinking, further thinking. When I'm thinking out loud and I've got like an idea, I kind of go back to recording, it seems. It's going to have two levels. The first level is going to be where the missile systems are kept, so it's probably going to want to be about 1.5 beams deep, which sounds bizarre, but that's because I'm going to segment it like mid-beam. So, the first level, let's just get it on an actual block rather than that, there we go. Click. Ah, it's actually bigger than I thought it was. I forgot how big these things are. So, this is how deep it's going to be in the end, the actual vehicle itself. Because I want it too deep, and the bottom half of it is going to be... So, let's say about here. Let's just have a rough estimate. So, this section here is all going to be air pumps, and it's going to be segmented further as we go, so that if certain parts are hit, it won't simply... cause the entire thing to leak and the entire ship to suddenly sink into the depths and become the namesake of the game, which wouldn't be particularly good. Now, that's not going to be too... It's like that there. And that, I'm hoping, will be enough. If it isn't enough, we'll simply raise this. So, right now, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to just fill in all the outskirts of the metal and see that the engine's going to have to go somewhere as well. I think I'll probably go in the middle, just because it's going to be a heavy-ass thing, because I'm going to try and shield this ship. And then we'll see where we are, and see where we are in terms of how expensive the ship is as well. If needs be, I will replace some elements with wood. I don't mind too much. Like I say, this isn't going to be a major ship. This is going to be a completely AI-controlled assistant ship, and I'm trying to go for about 200,000 metal, because I do find all the other resources a lot easier to get. So, back in a second with that. Okay, so that's the entire thing enclosed. It took a while just using the metal blocks there to fill in some holes. And it turns out, I'm fairly certain, the E.coli, which I've decided to call it, is already, he's just hit the maximum amount of metal I wanted. So we're going to have a new maximum, which is going to try and be around about 300,000 instead. Because, honestly, we could make this thing a little bit shallower, but I do like the idea of it being quite spacious inside for fitting the maximum amount of stuff we want. We can always change it later. Again, this is probably the first time I've actually been building something and been taking it even remotely serious, so we'll have to see how it ends, and then any changes I make will simply have to be made. So, just want to put that there, because I kind of do, and I don't care if this bit's blocks. Good. So, back to this then. I'm going to use wood now, and the wood's going to be the separator inside here. And the wood's going to be too thick, because, wood's actually very light armoured. Actually, it's almost got no armour whatsoever in comparison. Health is 100, armour is 3, whereas metal is, health is 200, armour is 10. So obviously it's a significant difference there, but this is mostly for costs. So, how big do I want this section underneath here to be, is the question. With the buoyancy, now this is all going to be guesswork, because honestly I don't know. I don't know how much buoyancy we would actually need for this. So I'm thinking so let's just do it like this, could be easier for me. 1, 2, 3, and then possibly a fourth, so it starts here. Would this be enough space for the undercarriage? I think it would be. I think it would be, yeah, because the missiles aren't going to be that big, honestly, particularly in the front, and we can stick them out a little bit, although I would like the missiles this time to be completely inside, actually. So, is that enough? I don't think it is. So probably want one less, so it start here. Now that worries me, so I don't think that is going to be enough buoyancy for this size of ship. But saying that, it is mostly hollow. The weight isn't as big as it looks. So okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill it up with wood up to here. First of all, it looks nice. Honestly, one thing, is that the wood looks nice. So the autofill will try its best to fill this. It'll fail in many places, and I'll go fill it in. Well, that's doing that then. So, to recap, this level is going to have missiles in. It's going to have missile systems in, and it will probably have. I'm not sure where the AI is going to go. I'm probably going to have a strong box here, where my mouse is here. Like, underneath this section, it's probably going to have a hidden area just for the AI, completely enclosed with blocks. And then alongside, on both sides, is going to have all the missile systems. I'm not sure what will go. Oh, and then down the middle, we'll have the engine. I've been told many times that one continuous engine is much more effective than several engines. Now, I've learnt quite a bit about engines now. I've done a little bit of reading up. I've looked up myself, and I think I can make a decent enough engine by using the prefab and just kind of messing around that way. So I'll just fill in all these little gaps that's been left, and we'll continue onwards. I guess after this, then, we'll have to test the buoyancy as it stands currently. Of course, we're going to be adding extra weight, but I guess at this point, no, we could actually leave it on the water, so we can constantly monitor the effects of anything we add, because obviously engines are heavy, missiles are heavy, things generally made out of solid metal tend to have some kind of weight. On the flip side, this looks really nice. So, yeah, back in a second with that. Okay, so it is indeed floating with just that minimum space, which is awesome. So what I've done is I've used the wood to segment separate sections here, all the way along the boat, so there's several sections of buoyancy, so this thing shouldn't sink unless... Wow, why is it so much... Oh, because I've added metal to the back, haven't I? So it's currently front light, but that will change as I add the engine, which will be starting in the middle, and I add the weapons, which will go all the way along. So that's the E.coli so far. So now I guess what I'll work on now is the AI, because obviously AI is important. This wood does worry me significantly, I'll be honest. Like, I'm not so silly to think this wood is terrible. Also, the fact we're only one thick in armor in all sections also worries me. But I don't know. See, I'm kind of sacrificing a lot for the size of the ship, which is really a bad idea, honestly. And the more I think about it, the worse it is. But I do have one reasoning, and the fact is, how many missiles we are going to be able to fit in this thing is going to be ridiculous. Because I do love the idea of a consistently firing mechanism without any breaks. So at no point will there be an empty sky. The sky will constantly be peppered with shots. And this is my first attempt at being serious, so be nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just go back to metal, destroy that, back. Do I want to use wood on the way down? It'll look nice. It'll look nice and it'll cost less. Yeah, and it's not an oh no, it isn't. It is an important part because the AI is going to go in the center. Still think. Ooh, we could do both. Why not both? Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to red because I want to use red. So I'm going to just do like a way down here with metal, and then in the center here is where the AI is going to go. So let's just do these little steps, although they don't work, which kind of sucks because you know you can't actually just run up these things in this game. I think this would probably be the best idea. I'll just use metal blocks for now, just so that should be like this, shouldn't it? Just because that section would be annoying as hell to use in some other way. So there's the stairs down, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side, a bit of wood. There you go, like I said, best of both worlds, we get to use both. Oh, I wonder what happens if you use... I wonder how red looks on the wood. Ugh, no. I really do just love the wood standard colour, because it looks like, you know, wood, and it looks like a good wood. It's a good wood. Good wood. Why is that so funny to me? I don't actually know. Okay, so it's there. Ooh. No, there, okay. I don't know where I'm recording all it. Well, actually, I'm recording everything. It depends what I'm going to edit out. Okay, there we are. And then that's the way up and down. So, where am I currently? Oh, I'm currently in the... There, so we are. Back on here. Also need doors at some point. Where am I going to put the doors? I guess I'll put them on the side. Are we leaning? Are we? Have we landed on the... No, why are we leaning then? We are definitely leaning. Like, quite significantly as well. Look at that. Is that just how it landed, perhaps? I mean, I can't see why this would possibly lean. There's no reason for it. It's all been made of mirror mode. I guess perhaps it's just at the moment. I think when we have some more white in the middle, it'll solve it. Plus, it's not like it's a huge issue, honestly. Okay, yeah, it's back to not leaning now. Okay, whatever. Let's just have a quick look-see at this, though. So I think I have the entrance in the back here. So this is the way down. La 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 la. Yay! Look, I'm in the helm with all the weapons and stuff. Yay! Then I have to jump back up annoyingly. Then I have the seats here and here. Aha, to that glass. Damn, glass is frail. Repairing the glass. Okay, so I'm going to quickly now make a lump of metal here for the AI, which is going to sit not on the wood. It's not going to use the wood for support, obviously, because wood is very frail in comparison to metal, as I'm about to show you. Wow. You guys are right. Beams are a hell of a lot stronger than metal, than single blocks. Okay, so let's make that square. Okay, so that's the inner sanctum, the black box, as it were, of the vehicle done. I'm still unhappy with the fact this keeps swaying to the side. I'm not sure what is actually causing that. I've had another check, and everything is symmetrical. There's no reason why one side should be favoured over the other, but for some reason it is. All of the air pumps are working as well, so it beats me. Why on earth is happening? It just kind of is, which is really curious. If any of you spotted me doing something really odd at some stage, feel free to tell me, because I don't know what the hell's causing that. Oh well, back to what I was doing. So, queue to open. As we can see, it's a lot smaller on the inside than it is on the outside. It's a reverse TARDIS, because the entire thing is completely segmented with metal. It's very, very safe in here. The chance of something being blown off in here, being destroyed in here, is very low. So, instantly do that. Okay, so what else do we need for the AI since I'm doing this? 6-way connectors, because actually no, how many cards do I actually want on this thing? We'll go with 4 to start off with, and then if we need more, we'll simply add more. So we want the front and back, right? Good, okay. Keep a mirror mode off just for now, so we want the naval AI. Click in, there we go. Then we want the target prioritization, because that's important as hell. We want the aim point selection, because that's important. And target tracker, I honestly don't actually know if this works yet, because I'm fairly certain the radar and stuff don't work, but I'm going to have it there, because why the hell not? Speaking of which, I guess we could put this on here. Within line of sight, does this have to be on top then? If that has to be on top, then I'll simply connect it on top. I don't know if these even work, like I'm saying, so I don't even know. 6-way connector. I'll put one down here as well, because why not? It's so darn cheap. It's only 15 metal. Currently turned on. Currently turned off. Plus it has that lovely purple aura. Ah. Why are you on your side? Float into the air. Perhaps someone's like illusions. It's not actually on its side, it's in my head that it is. Actually, it went straight up, it didn't. Yeah, okay, so that's actually flattened itself. That's really weird. I don't know. It's probably more in my head than anything else. So, there we go. We have the very basic AI. I'm sure there's a million things you could change around with settings, which I don't know how they work, but there we go. So, that's that done. Let's leave this place and never return. Click. So, next then is the engine. So, back here is going to have an... Oh, my lord, I didn't... Oh, does that mean the back freaking what's it called isn't working? The back pump, is that not working? Because if it's not, then that might. Oh, that explains the tipping then, because that means that the back is heavier than the front, by even more so. Oh my lord. Do I just need to replace it? Because I have had issues with that in the past. There we go. Okay, so now the back should be lighter, and the back instantly rises, and all the issues are solved. It's because the back was so heavy, it was just trying to balance itself out. Okay. How about we... Do you know what would look nice? Do you know what would look nice, and that's the important thing? Let's face it, sir. Looking nice is the only important thing. We want more doors. You know, doors are awesome. Doors make everything better because it shows you like you've actually paid some attention in the building of this thing. Blocks, metal blocks, beams, because they are less bits than adding... Okay, that won't be able to fit, so that's fine. So I'd add regular metal blocks for a second. And like so. There we go. And do I have a gap there? So I'll just put one here as well. And back there will be the big missiles. So we have that done. So now the engine... I'm thinking about putting it somewhere near the middle as a bit of a counterweight somewhere here. And once again, we're going to have this somehow supported by the metal structure. So I'm thinking is we have beams going through, or like a section of metal here, Yes, I'll do. So first of all, delete that for a second. I know it sucks, but oh well. Then I'm not gonna. Well, I could use beams, but okay, fine. Actually, the beams are a good size thing. Have two beams like that, which didn't work because it was nowhere near the middle. Like that. That's too far apart. That. No, I want them one. Did I mention I really hate using beams? I loathe using these things. And the idea is now, this is connected to the metal base at the back. And then we can lift this up a bit, so it means that the engine isn't actually being supported by the wood, it's being supported by this metal strut, which is also then connected to the actual, the hull itself. So do that, and then I'll finish this off and I'll add an engine to the top, so back in a sec. Okay, welcome back. There have been some instances and changes and other such things which have occurred. Hello, missile. I've started adding the missile systems to the insides of here. As you can see now, there's actually wooden panels between each area. Each one of these areas is going to have their own missile system. Also, each one of these areas is now actually buoyant, which is good. It keeps it floating. The bottom now has this properly set up, although it should be a bit lower than this and a bit heavier. This is all it seems to need right now. Its turning is absolutely fine, if a bit slow. So the reason why I've skipped so much is because I actually screwed up a few things and went back and changed them. You may have noticed a couple of them. I won't mention them, but nothing too major. There's ammo here just for now, so I'm testing a few things, and this is kind of what I'm going to go with in terms of the looks of the front. I think what I'm going to do is have each one have a set like this. Obviously in the middle here is where the block connectors are. It would be much easier if it went underneath, but I actually quite like the idea of this on the top, though I may change that because of metal. We are literally about 30,000 off our 300,000 goal of metal, so we are very close. And actually, the more I think about it, the more, yeah, I'm going to change this. After the next break, I'm going to remove this light metal and simply put the connectors underneath and then connect it to the main tower. So each one's going to have their own tower, probably in a staggered kind of formation. So the next one will have two small towers, then the next one will have a tower in the middle or something, just so the lines don't cross quite as much. I'm still thinking about adding a huge missile here, but I'm not sure. I may just make it buoyant, which it isn't at the moment, and leave it at that. So without further ado, I kind of want to fire at something, just to test it out properly. So there we go. Okay, I made the missiles correct. Fantastic. Oh, I didn't change their fuel. Okay, they haven't got much fuel in them, so these might not even make the target. Oh, never mind, they will. Fantastic. And there they go in 2x2, hurrah. Okay, didn't even make that. Yeah, obviously these aren't the missiles I'm going to end up with. The missiles I'm going to have are going to be one larger in size, so they're going to have obviously more fuel and be able to make it much further, which is awesome. I just wanted it as it is currently just because, well, I don't want to put down 1,000,000 blocks of ammo just to test out the weapon system, which seems to work. Fantastic. And we don't tip, which is good. Well, we tip, we don't fall to the side. So we're getting there, Sir. We are getting there, but I think my 300,000 goal is quickly slipping by the wayside. This may become one of my main ships. Oh lord, but I don't think it's strong enough for that, so I don't know right now. First design on that first attempt. Be right back when I've set up the rest of the missiles, and then we're going to figure out how we're going to do ammo. I am considering putting the ammo almost attached to this in the centre, because A, it will centre the weight, and B, it's underwater, which is generally a lot safer, and then it'll be further away from the AI and other such crucial components. Oh, and I've done the inside of here. Look, I've got a place to sit and everything. Yay! It's actually like a proper ship this time. When did I break that? Oh, back in a second. Okay, sir and sirettes, this is it for today. This is the finished product as of today. We'll probably end up going back to it because it's not quite finished, but it's certainly now in a functional state. Welcome to the E.coli missile carrier. I've actually cut out quite a bit of editing, so I was just stumbling around confused while adding certain things. There are now strength 10 shields all over the thing. Honestly, we've got too much engine power, so most likely I will be removing some of the engine in future processing. I've decided I'm going to go for turret. I'm going to remove these missiles here, and the top of here is going to be reinforced, and a simple high gauge turret is going to be added. In addition to this, I've finished all the missile systems here. Again, the towers aren't a finished product, but that is that for now. I've added more to the bottom there. All the ammo is currently in here. There is a divider in the middle, which is 3 thick. All of the armor all round is 2 thick, and it is all protected once again by the strength 10 shields, meaning against cannon fire, this thing is going to sustain itself very well. Again, I must stress, this thing is not quite finished. I will finish it off camera completely, and the next build we'll do, which will be a smaller build by the way, since we're going to build the new starter vehicle. Yes, I'm going to make a vehicle next time because I'm in the mood for it, which is going to be no more than 10,000 of any resource. So it's going to be a very cheap, very effective, probably a ship again, or maybe a submarine. I might end up going back to the whole submarine thing, since the Sea Slug was actually only just above 10,000 metal, even after we added the turreted missile system. So let's turn on this thing's AI. There we go, and let's just add any enemy. Why not add, where's the annoying little bugger itself? The coffin nail, there we go. Where's the coffin nail? There's the coffin nail. Did I edit all the missiles? Yes. Oh god, wow. Oh, that's a blaring error. That there's underneath that. Well, I'm going to lose that bit of metal every time. But as you can see, this thing can fire quite a few missiles, it turns out. And I'm kind of just wanting to see the impact, if they could even reach. Ooh. Is that an impact from one of the shots, or is it them being too close to each other? What is causing that? I would like to know what's causing that. So interested. If you know what's causing that, please feel free. Oh yes, I've, just for fun, for now, I've changed them all to that fragmentation warhead with the really low degree of explosion, meaning that, yeah, they're all like sniper shotgun fragments. Well, there we go. Good him. Now, we'll go back to the ship, which should still be firing. Not in build mode, at best. Bit of lag here, just because I'm actually rendering in the background. And by the looks of it, every single shot has been deflected. We have not taken any damage. Yeah, definitely. So the coffin nail was unable to do damage to us yet, and again, deflected an explosion there because of me. Oh well, oh wait, no, these will take damage, yes. I haven't added repair bots yet. I will be adding repair bots, and they'll be going along here, next to the missiles, and they'll be going in the centre along the edge of the engine. Ooh, what's caused this? Hello, we took a lot of damage here. What has caused that then? Perhaps it's one of it. Oh, it's one of his missiles have landed. Oh no, it's me. Of course, it's not. It's me. It's my missile exploding. That's what that was. So that's just the fragment warhead detonating. So that took that out very handily. So let's just quickly then, before we finish off, so we know what the hell we're doing. Goodbye to the enemy there, which is still being pelted with a constant supply of missiles. What we need to do then is very quickly put in mirror mode. Oh no, it's going to happen again. There it goes. Yeah, it was definitely our own damage which did that. We didn't actually take any damage from the coffin nail. There we go. This way we won't have the missiles detonating on our own ship. Since we don't have the safety fuses attached, we do have fail-safes, but we don't have safety fuses. But now I'm starting to think we might need them. Yeah, particularly since they're using... Yeah, okay. Oh, well, we've lost target, so now our missiles are going to just go up in the air. Absolutely nowhere, so turn off. So yeah, that for now is the E.coli. Even with the self-destructive tendencies we just fixed, you can probably tell this thing is going to bring a world of pain to the enemies. Another thing I'm going to do, since it's now became an expensive thing anyway, I'm going to increase the size of the missiles by 1, thus allowing them to have the full 4 fuel tanks. I currently have 3. I could have 4 by sacrificing a fin, but I found, I was testing against things close by, the minimum range, if I only have 1 fin, is ridiculous. It is so damn short. It is unbelievable. Wow, that missile really did work on our own ship. Lord, that just ricocheted everywhere. Well, that's how strong the missiles are. So yeah, that's that. Against cannons, it should be very effective. It ended up costing very few natural resources and just over 325,000 metal, making it 100,000 cheap, almost 100,000 cheaper than the Thunderbird. I like it. It's a good first attempt by me for a serious ship. I still haven't added the cannon, which will be added at the back, and this is my new warship. Another thing. Oh, it's wow! My own missile came back to me. Another thing is, I need to finish the story mode so I can add the anti-missile systems, which we will be adding as well. Since this has become an expensive build, I no longer have a maximum limit. I'm probably going to max out at 500,000, increase the armor, and I don't know. But still, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the build of this. I personally love the damn thing, but that's because I'm an absolute addict when it comes to missiles, and there'll be a lot of tweaks happening off camera, so many of your suggestions will already be done, so please don't get angry at me. But if you do have any real suggestions, any suggestions like, for instance, moving the shield a bit forward, you're not the right shield, you are. Bloop. That's better. Yeah, if you have any suggestions from what you've seen which I've done wrong, just outright wrong, or just general suggestions, what things to make things better, again, the ammo will be moved. Feel free to tell me in the chat. I hope you've enjoyed it, and of course, thank you for watching. Have a lovely day, do take care, and until next time, goodbye. And just remember, likes, favourites, shares, and comments all help out the channel, help out the series, and of course, show that Robocraft is a series you are still... Robocraft? Wow, From the Depths is a series you're interested in. It also shows me that you like Robocraft. It shows both. Thank you. Have a lovely day.